Hey everyone, what's up? I'm Lucas Alexander, and I just wanted to make a video talking about starting testosterone. So today is August 3rd, and yesterday I got my prescription for testosterone filled, and I did my shot. And I just want to talk about how I got my prescription and all that. So I live in Georgia, and about 2 towns over from where I live is the city of Augusta. And around, not far from downtown Augusta, is the Equality Clinic. And it is a free clinic that its primary focus is on the LGBT community. And they do basically all of your regular clinic medical stuff, screenings, pap smear, all that lovely stuff. But they also provide a way for transgender people to get hormones. And it only takes 3 appointments, at least, which would be your first appointment, where you go in, you talk to them, and they get all your information. And then they set you up an appointment with the hospital that they're connected to, and you, about 3 months after that, you go and you do your blood work. And then a week later, you go back and they review your blood work. They talk to you again about what you expect and all that stuff. And if everything's all good, they write you your prescription. There's no going to therapy. There's no living for a year as your gender. So it's a lot faster than the traditional way that a lot of people have to go through. So if you live in Georgia and are able to go to Augusta to go to the Equality Clinic, I definitely recommend it. Everybody that I've come into contact there, working there, is respectful and very nice. It's a very clean place. It's run by, I believe, Georgia Regents. So it's a mixture of professionals and then the students. So that's awesome. They're getting hands-on experience while you're getting what you need. So I actually I had some issues, and my issues weren't with the clinic. One of them was. So the first time that I went for my very first appointment, they couldn't do anything for me because the next week I was leaving and I was moving to Texas, which obviously that didn't last very long. I'm back in Georgia, so they couldn't do anything for me because of that. That was not on them. That was my own issue. So once I came back to Georgia, I got another appointment set up. So I went in, talked to them again, and they gave me my appointment for blood work and my follow-up appointment. So the blood work, because they give you a little card that has your dates on it for your next appointments. The date for the blood work, they gave me the wrong date. They gave me a date for a Thursday. It was supposed to be a Wednesday, so I couldn't do my blood work. Finally, I went back again, and this was 3 months ago. Yeah, and they set me up with blood work. They set me up with a follow-up appointment. So in July, I went, got my blood work done, perfectly fine. Went back to the clinic for my follow-up appointment, and everything was cool. only thing that you really have to do is they talk, a therapist or a psychiatrist, whatever, comes and talks to you. They offer mental health support too. Uh, they do like a short little physical exam, uh, nothing really major. Um, and then the doctor comes in, he talks to you about what to expect, being on hormones, and how to do your shot. Uh, Now, the brand that I'm on, because most people go on testosterone cypionate, but I got a different kind. It's testosterone enthanate. I think that's how you pronounce it. And basically, one of my friends recommended this kind to me because it doesn't cause as much acne and like oily skin and all that. But it's from the doctor said it's kind of a toss up about whether or not that happens. So, and then also I'm taking most of the time what they do is they give you a dose and you take it every other week. But I decided that I want to do it every week and take a lower dose. That way, while the changes might be slower because of the lower dose, I shouldn't have any mood swings from taking a high dose and then going 2 weeks and then taking a high dose. So I'm hoping that I don't have any issues with that. The only other issue that I had was actually picking up my prescription. I went to a Walgreens in North Augusta, South Carolina, and let me show you real quick. So they gave me needles, syringes, and extra needles because you're supposed to draw out with a larger needle than what you actually inject yourself in because testosterone is such a thick solution, and of course you don't want to stick a giant needle in your leg, that's gonna hurt. So it's a 23 gauge needle that you actually put in your leg. It's really tiny, really don't even feel it. But this is the first syringe and needle that they gave me. It's a 18 gauge needle. So that's large. That would hurt. But you take it off and you put the other one on, right? But this was the problem, the syringe. They gave me a 3 milliliter syringe. I'm only taking a eighth of a milliliter, right? But the problem is that the increments are so large because it goes by tens, and an eighth is 0.125. So it would be in between the first and the second little line here, which is that's impossible to draw to. Also, the pharmacy tech told me to draw all the way up here. My dose is like all the way down here. She told me to draw all the way up here. So I didn't really think about it. We got back to the house and, we were trying to figure it out. We're using Google, we're trying to call friends, trying to figure it out. Eventually we just went back to the pharmacy and explained to her, look, I don't think what you told me was right. And she apologized. She said that she did tell us wrong and that the issue it's a 3 milliliter needle. So what she did, I paid for these. These were 25 cents each. These were like 15 cents each. What she did, though, the pharmacy tech, was she actually found some 1 milliliter syringes for me. So it's a different needle, it's really small, but it's way easier for me to actually see because it goes by 0.1, 0.2, 0.3 up to 1 mil. So what I do is I take the big needle, I take it off of the big syringe. Take this one off, don't need it. I put the big needle on here, draw it up, take it off, put the small needle on, and I'm good to go. And the great thing is that she didn't charge me for these, and she didn't make me take these back, because I still needed this needle, but I need this syringe. So that was awesome. It wasn't really too big of a problem. It just had me kind of freaking out, because I was like, I didn't understand between what the doctor said, what she said, what all my paperwork said. But we got it all figured out, and I didn't actually do my shot myself. My friend Lewis did, and so I wanted to see, what the pain was like before I did it myself, to make sure I could actually do it myself. And honestly, of all the shots I've gotten, that hurt the least. I didn't even really feel it. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be able to do it myself next week. I mean, my leg is a little bit sore, but there's no bruising, no discoloration, so everything went fine with that. I was kind of nervous about that. Anyway, so that's how I got my prescription for testosterone. I'm going to make some update videos once I start seeing some changes. Really, the big change that I'm looking forward to is my voice, because that's really how I don't pass, is my voice. So anyway, in about a month or earlier, if I see any changes, I doubt I will, but in about a month I'll make an update video. So I hope y'all enjoy this video. Leave me some comments about anything you want me to talk about, any questions you have. I'll answer them to the best of my ability. I'm also going to leave a link in the description to the Equality Clinic. That way, if you live in Georgia or South Carolina, you can definitely check that out, because it's a great place. It's run by some great people. Yeah, so I guess I'll see y'all in about a month or so.